Welcome to Seawaywhiskywire. Tonight on the bar, we've got the Bruichladdich Islay Barley 2013. Stay tuned. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming back after that intro. I'm Tyler, and like I said, tonight on the bar, we've got the Bruichladdich Islay Barley 2013. This is an annual release from the Bruichladdich Distillery on the island of Islay in Scotland. And it's an unpeated expression. So if you got yourself something from Bruichladdich, you got yourself something from Islay, unpeated preferably, and you want to pour yourself a dram and drink along with me, please do so. I encourage it. It makes life a heck of a lot better for you guys on the other end, and I enjoy you guys drinking along with me. So before we get into the specs and overview of the bottle, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown in the history of the Bruichladdich Distillery, so we kind of know where we're jumping off and into here. So the Bruichladdich Distillery was founded in 1881 by the Harvey brothers, and it's located on the island of Islay in Scotland. And the Harvey brothers came from a family with deep roots in the whiskey making industry and aimed to build a modern distillery that would differ from older, more traditional distilleries on the island of Islay. And the distillery was constructed from stone with tall, narrow-necked stills that helped create lighter, more floral whiskey, contrasting with the heavily peated style of whiskey from Islay, which it was known for. Bruichladdich operated successfully for several decades, but faced numerous challenges in the 20th century. It changed ownership multiple times and was mothballed in 1929 due to the Great Depression. Though it reopened in the 1930s, the distillery continued to struggle. In the 1960s, it was sold to a large company. While production continued, the distillery operations were inconsistent, and several closures would follow over the decades. The turning point came in 1994 when the distillery was once again mothballed, and it seemed like Bruichladdich would be permanently closed forever. However, in 2000, a group of private investors led by Mark Reiner and master distiller Jim McEwan purchased the distillery to revitalize it. McEwan was formerly with Bowmore, spearheaded an initiative approach to the whiskey making production, focusing on the terroir, transparency, and experimentation. And under his leadership, Bruichladdich began producing not only its signature unpeated whiskeys, but also heavily peated expressions such as the Port Charlotte and its super heavily peated expression known as Octomore. Hopefully we'll get to those expressions one of these days, folks. In 2012, Bruichladdich was again acquired, this time by the French luxury group Remy Cointreau, but it maintained its independence and its commitment to traditional whiskey making techniques. Bruichladdich remains one of the few distilleries that bottles its whiskey on site and uses 100% Scottish barley, with an emphasis on local sourcing and sustainability, which is going to be highlighted, I think, in this bottle right here, guys. Today, Bruichladdich is recognized for its diverse range of whiskeys, its commitment to the terroir, and innovation within the industry. The distillery is a testament to the spirit of Islay and the possibilities of modern whiskey making while representing its heritage. And you know, guys, Bruichladdich does a ton of different things in their core range, along with their side ranges there, or their spin-off ranges, known as Port Charlotte and the Octomore, which I mentioned already. They got some pretty cool stuff all in all, but we're going to focus in on the Bruichladdich Islay Barley series, and specifically this 2013 edition here. So what can I tell you about this bottle of Bruichladdich Islay Barley 2013? Well, it was released in 2022, and it's aged at 8 years of age, uses 100% Islay barley, comes in with an ABV of 50%, non-chill filtered, and no color added, just like everything in the Bruichladdich lineup there. Maturation process, spent its maturation process, 75% of it was in first fill bourbon, and the other 25% was in refilled French oak casks. So with that, we'll get into the presentation of the Bruichladdich. They don't really do these tins anymore. This is kind of an old style here. Now they kind of do this thing that wraps around it there, made of recycled cardboard, I believe it is. I really prefer the tins. I think you can still get them online and tell them you want them, want the tin with it. But I really do enjoy the tins. This one's a little bit different. I'm not a big fan of the gray on the gold. It makes it a little hard to read, especially the small print that's kind of in a white silver piece here. But you know what? Ton of information on the packaging, ton of information on the bottle. The bottle is fairly hefty. It's a smaller bottle, only 700 mils, but it is a very hefty bottle indeed there. But yeah, states on the packaging and the bottling here, no color added and non-chill filtration, gives some nice characteristics about where the barley came from and where they sourced everything from. And yeah, very, very transparent, and specifies the age statement right on there and lets you know the release is distilled from barley grown on 7 farms located across the island of Islay. Very cool indeed. All right, with that, let's get into the pour and take a look at the color on the Bruichladdich Islay Barley 2013. All right. So So we'll go in close there and have a look. Very nice golden straw color, and really I think influenced by those bourbon barrels and that those refilled French oak, which don't really specify what they are. But I mean, those first fill bourbon barrels are definitely doing their job. Very nice color indeed. All right, and you can already tell there's no chill filtration in there. You can see little particles of stuff floating around in there, which I always like in my Scotch. But anyways, let's get on the nose and see what we can get out of the Islay Barley 2013 from Bruichladdich. So let's dive into it. Very nice nose, very potent nose. For 50%, it's not harsh or anything like that. I'm not singeing my nose hairs or nothing like that on it, but it's a very potent, very expressive nose for sure. First thing I'm getting on it, big dose of vanilla. Almost got a kind of some toasted almonds in there as well, some honey. Got some golden raisins. Maybe a little like could be like almost like a cotton candy kind of note to it here. Very sweet, like not the cherry cotton candy, but just, you know, if you just had plain Jane cotton candy, or like almost like a honey kind of cotton candy note to it, like candy floss. I'm getting some red apples in there as well. And on the back end there, I get this little bit of coconut on there too. Yeah, very interesting nose. A little bit tropical in there, very confectionery. Very nice indeed. All right, well, let's get into the palate on the Islay Barley 2013 and see what we can get out of that. So, Slàinte, to your health. Let's dive into it. Very mouth coating, very rich, spicy on the end. Very nice. So what am I getting on the palate? I'm definitely getting those vanilla flavors. Lots and lots of big vanilla. I'm getting some honey and some golden raisins that really match the nose out really well. I'm getting a little bit of that brine on there. I can get it on my lips. Yeah, the mouthfeel is very good. I'm gonna go for another sip. Yeah, a little bit of brine, salty, saline, some almonds, toasted almonds. I get some spice in the end there. It's kind of like a little bit of an oak spice to it there. Really more clove, some black pepper. And then you kind of get that little bit of that confectioner sugar, that cotton candy kind of piece at the end there. Yeah, very nice. And just the mouthfeel, very viscous. I really enjoy that. All right, let's get into the finish and see if we can pull anything else out of the Islay Barley 2013. So, great mouthfeel. I've said it 3 times now. It's very thick, viscous, syrupy, not quite chewy, but definitely got a creamy texture to it. I really do enjoy it. Medium finish, and it's got some good transitions there from those kind of sweet to those, you know, sweet meat kind of notes in the middle into this, and like the apples and stuff, and honey into this nice kind of trailing spice. Nothing overbearing, nothing that really hits you hard, but it does have a nice transition, and it is, you know, it's medium to long, I'll say, but it is very nice and very nice transition. I did a lot of research before I picked up this bottle, because I had an opportunity to buy a couple different releases, and I chose this one. It was highly recommended, or at least it seemed highly recommended from some of the reports and reviews that I had read. And I guess you know, really the biggest thing that sold me on it was just the flavor profile that some people were getting on it, and you know, I picked it up, and I'm glad I did. But you know, I'm not sure if you can still get this or not, but we'll get into the value proposition. I'll let you know what I spend on this, and let you know if it's worth your time and your money and your attention. So this particular release here, I got it for a pretty good deal. I think I paid about 85 bucks Canadian for this bottle right here. And you know, to me that's pretty good. That's cheaper than the Bruichladdich Classic Laddie, which I actually prefer this release over the Classic Laddie. I don't know how other people feel about that. I'm just not a huge Classic Laddie fan. Not that it's not good, I just am not a huge fan of it. But this release here is more complex, has a little more going for it, and has some really interesting flavor notes. I really enjoyed that cotton candy piece, and I really like the big vanilla flavor. I really like those big creamy texture notes from the liquid. I think those are great, and you know, just the almonds, the coconuts, the nose is just terrific too. You know, I really should try some more releases of this if I can get my hands on them. You know, hopefully not buy them a couple of years too later in arrears like I did this one here. But I definitely think it's worth paying attention to. If you tried the Classic Laddie, if you've tried any of their core range age statements, I think this is something, you know, you should maybe trail off and try, because I think they're doing some pretty cool stuff with different casks, and I think they do different cask makeups with them on an annual release or whatnot. If you guys know for sure, plug it down in the comments and let me know. I believe they just do some different things with it. But yeah, pretty cool how it's 100% Islay Barley, Unpeated expression, 50% ABV, and has some pretty cool stuff. And I mean, really active casks, and you can really get that from your aromas and from your palate. So yeah, that's my review of the Bruichladdich Islay Barley 2013. And if you like what we're doing here at seawaywhiskywire, you guys know that drill. Like and subscribe down below. And hey, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at seawaywhiskywire. And you know, if you guys are still hanging around this long, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Love coming down to the basement after a hard day of work and just chilling out, having a little dram, and get to talk to you guys and share my thoughts and opinions on the world of Scotch whiskey. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. All the best, take care, and I'll see you around, guys. I'll keep bringing them to you as long as I can. Bye for now, guys.